Hello! Happy June! Loki, does anybody know something that's happening this week? My birthday? I'm gonna be turning 25. That's crazy. So that's actually crazy. Who can believe I'm gonna be 25? Say I. That's crazy. Okay, so what I figured I would do for this video is kind of just go through my camera roll and talk about different things that I did, or just like talk about 24, I guess. I don't know. Recap, 24 wrapped. Just kidding. I actually, once it's, and I have to wait until June 12th, once it's properly then, I'm gonna go on Spotify stats and do the dates to set the year. That way I can get my 24 wrapped. Very excited. But, okay, so here's 24. So, my 24th birthday was actually probably my favorite birthday of my 20s so far. I spent it at Reflex, which was very different from my 23rd birthday, which I spent at Reflex. My 23rd birthday that I spent at Reflex, I was taught how to raise the vault, and I was under the vault raising the vault table for like 2-3 hours, and it was not fun. Not fun on my back. And also, now that I coach vault for a year, me doing that for such an extended period of time was just so unnecessary. Like, could have grouped them by height. So that was my 23rd birthday, and it wasn't really so much of a fun one. Pretty much every day at Reflex was a fun day, but that one, not so much. But my 24th birthday was so much fun. Again, spent on the vault runway because I ended up coaching vault all year. But all the kids knew it was gonna be my birthday, and it wasn't even like I told them that week. It was just like they had asked me at different points throughout when I had been coaching them, and they remembered, and they brought me little gifts and celebrated, and Coach Ellen got me flowers, and it was just so sweet. I felt so celebrated, and it was just such a wonderful birthday. And I'm not going to show any of the pictures just because it's like all the little kiddos there, but it was so sweet. And that was the origin of when I got my little Squishmallows from Julia and Beatricia, and I got just like so many cute little gifts and cards, and it was just so wonderful. I felt so loved. I ate all the hot Funyuns. I wear the socks that I got like all the time. Have the Squishmallows on my bed. I use the little pouch that I got for my backpack. I have the lotion. Like, I use everything. It's all so cute. I have all the cards with me. So yeah. Sammy surprised me at Reflex. The lighting for these is not going to go so well, and that's just going to have to be okay. But Sammy surprised me at Reflex shortly after my birthday, and that was a lot of fun. I dog sat, but really I like cat sat. I was watching Moose, and Moose was very majestic, but he was just so big, and I really bonded with this cat. I'm kind of convinced this cat was like, I had a soul connection with this cat, and nothing will ever be the same. She reminded me of Nyla, and so I was like so emotional. I was like, oh my god, this is like Nyla reincarnated into this cat, because we connected so much. I was just so moved. I mean, look at this. She's holding my arm. Like, she did this. She did this, not me. Like, we were bonded for life. Anyway. And then, low-key, I snuck into this is all in June. I'm gonna run out of time, and I'm gonna have to pick this up eventually. I snuck into the Vista Lakes pool. I didn't go swimming, but one day I wasn't even intending to sneak in, but I was just like, I want to take pictures on my camera and just like have pictures to remember and see what it looks like now. And I was just gonna like talk to the guy and be like, hey, like, I'm doing a photography project for school or whatever. Can I just like, but nobody guards it, and like, you just walk in anyway. So So that was exciting. I wasn't expecting that, and so it was cool to walk around. I got Mexican food with Sammy. That was nice. Oh my gosh, this is more about Reflex, but I loved working there so much, and I made bracelets. I was crazy, and I made bracelets for all of my kids. Like, all of them. It started off, I think I did different bracelets for like different scores and stuff, and it started off as a score reward thing for states and nationals, but it ended up being just like everyone. And then me and Brie, we took apart Nicole's chain. I wish we would have measured it, but it stretched literally from the front door all the way to my old room in Rainbow Loom, and we just like took it apart and hooked it and made it bracelets. So I even had little bracelet things for Tuesday, Thursday too, which was really crazy. Then we get into moving stuff, and Mom successfully Tetrised everything into my car, which is still one of the most amazing feats I've ever seen in my life. Brie took this picture of Nicole hugging me like her baby, and it looks like I'm just a head, and I think it's beautiful. Oh, this is good. Brie, we were about to get on the plane, and I told her to recreate a scene from when we were at the airport in 2022, and she committed too hard, and it actually became funnier than the original.
Stay with Dad. Stay with Dad.
Like, why'd she actually get kind of scared? Okay, the original is funnier, but that one's pretty good. I love it. And then it was a Digicam Fish Glitter Girl summer, and I loved that. Yeah. Do you remember when it was like, what was it? What was it? I can talk to fish and eat them too. That was really, really beautiful when I read Somewhere Beyond the Sea. And, let me keep looking. Oh my gosh, we saw the dolphins on the boat. That was like genuinely the most beautiful, amazing thing ever. It just, like, I didn't know if we were gonna see them, and then there were all of a sudden just so many everywhere. It was crazy. Like, they were everywhere, and they're jumping so much. And yeah, it was just really, really beautiful. I think about those dolphins a lot. And we also saw, I don't think I have a picture, but me and Nicole saw and helped rescue a manta ray that was caught in a fishing line, and we stayed there and made sure that they cut the line and set them free, because a fisherman accidentally caught one, and it was crazy. And so yeah, that was so crazy. Beefy King. I'm getting into like all the Florida goodbyes now, and I'm at Beefy King. And then there were lots of animals over summer. Oh my god, I need to pick this up. We're 10 minutes in, we're halfway done, and because I'm just gonna like record and upload, and we're only in July. Anyway, Sammy took me to the beach, and she gave me the most Floridian little send-off ever, and we helped save a little baby turtle. We saw him. He was so cute. So yeah, and then anyway, low-key, I moved to New Hampshire. Like, low-key, I moved to New Hampshire, guys. Did you know that? That's crazy. And it's just been the most beautiful time. And look, because I had like my little squishmallows that I got for my 24th birthday. And yeah. And we went hiking and went to the mountains. This is like a picture that will go down in history. Like, you know, when people post and they're like, oh, young whoever, they're like, this was so iconic. Like, that'll be my, like, oh my god, young Cass posing in the mountains. Like, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, we got these in Portsmouth. They're so good. Low-key, need to go again. I want to go to Portsmouth again in the summer. There was a sunflower market and sunflower festival. I went paddleboarding into the middle of nowhere. Not really. On a lake. It was so beautiful and pretty. I loved it so much. It was so much fun. Oh my gosh, Martha's Vineyard, and I helped Alex and Jordan get proposed. So cute. That was such a fun day, aside from getting sun poisoning, but like, we moved. It was so much fun. And the water, I'm honestly still floored. The water at Martha's Vineyard was so clear and gorgeous. It's like something you would expect in Florida. Like, obviously freezing, but you know what I'm saying? Like, in comparison with Jersey beaches or the New Hampshire coast, it's just a completely different thing. Yeah. But then anyway, it was orientation. Also, I realized that, like, showing the pictures this way is not, like, you can't see it super clearly, but, like, it's just we're gonna have to deal with it. And then I did the most amazing me road trip ever. And I went to see Emily Dickinson's house. That was like a religious pilgrimage for me. That was crazy. It was the most wonderful, lovely experience. I had so much fun. And it was cool too because I drove through 3 states that day. Because I was in New Hampshire, I drove to Massachusetts to see Emily's house, and then I drove back through Vermont and then back to New Hampshire. So it was cool. And then I had my first day of school, and I looked so snazzy in my little outfit. Let's see. And then I showed Brie my outfit, and she sent a picture yelling that says Gansey, because, yeah, I mean, fair. Lake Winnipesaukee, that was so fun. Like, I loved it. We went to the mountains a few times. We ate at Polly's Pancakes. I was like studying outside on the benches in White Park in fall. It was so gorgeous. Everything was still so green. It was before the leaves changed. We went apple picking. Oh my gosh, we got so many free apples. It was awesome. It was really beautiful. I went in caves. I was like squeezing through there like it was nobody's business, by the way. Like, I slayed so hard. I need you to know that. I saw fall for the first time ever. My first fall. That was crazy. Like, look how gorgeous that color is. That's really crazy. And I saw the Northern Lights. Oh, that's crazy. Like, I mean, it was only a little bit, but that's so cool. I had never even thought of seeing that. I dog-sitted for the Paco boy, and he was the sweetest sweetie pie ever. He's so sweet. And okay. Snow. Just snow. Like, literally gonna be scrolling through this and it's just all gonna be snow. I honestly, sometimes I go outside and I'm like, I miss the snow. I'm probably the only person in this whole state who misses the snow, but I do. I'm happy for it to be summer, but I miss the snow. Also, Brie, every single time you send your stickers, they end up stuck in my gallery, and no matter how many times I try to delete them, they wind up back here. And it's so annoying because, like, I'm trying to, like, I don't need the wise old dog saved to my camera roll. You and Nicole send the wise old dog every day, but no matter how many times I delete it, it won't delete. It is so frustrating. I realized that there's a mountain view. You can walk to a mountain view from where I live. Can't really see that in the picture, but you've all seen the photos, you know. Yeah. Oh my god, I have to like speed run the second half of Being 24 in 5 minutes. Okay. And then I went home for the holidays, and it was so much fun. I got so hot though, like I was getting overheated coming from the snow. Look at these jellies. I'm definitely in a major jellyfish era. Purple, the color right now is purple. Me and Brie have discussed this. October purple, your hair, it's happening. I'm so excited. Brie and I recreated the Cynthia Erivo finger for the holidays, as we do. Brie, you looked really pale there. I'm sorry for the camera. And then Nicole made me the best gift in the whole wide world. I was so excited. I cried so much. Loved it. We went to Disney Springs. It was so much fun. We went to Lake Eola. The lights in Lake Eola were just the most gorgeous Christmas lights display ever. St. Augustine. That was so fun. And then back to New Hampshire. We went tubing. Tubing was really cool. I had never been tubing before in the sea or in the snow, which was awesome. Let's see. Some pretty snowy sunsets. Oh my gosh. I finished Heroes of Olympus. I think honestly, Brie, please clap for me. Thank you. Because you know, that was a lot. And you lied to me. And you told me you annotated all of it. And then you did it. And then I ended up reading it up here. That was crazy. That was a really crazy experience. And then what happened next? More snow. It's just so snowy. Jessica and I went to Portsmouth and we found this really cute hippie bookshop, and they had so many Grateful Dead books and like authors who were friends with the Grateful Dead and affiliated. It was really crazy. And then you guys saw Conan, which was really cool. I felt like I literally fought in a war to get those tickets. The like hour that I thought I didn't get them, I was miserable. It was like such a relief. This was kind of also 23, but I like have fallen in love again with all these little lovebirds. Did I say 23? Yeah, no, I was 23 when, okay. I was like, for some reason I thought I said 2023, and I was like, no, that was when I was 23. Let's see. I drove to Vermont and I found this really pretty stream. So pretty. Or actually every stream is pretty, and all of Vermont is basically rivers and streams, so it's really crazy. And then, okay, notable, I became obsessed with cod. I have to eat cod like I don't know, once every 2 weeks at least. It's just so good. It's just so good. I'm a big fan of cod. I really like salmon too. Not as good, but I do really like it. I finished my first year of law school, and we have a beautiful Legally Blonde cake. We watched Legally Blonde before the first year started and on the last day, which was really crazy. Went home again. Had so many dips. Oh my god, Brie, I need to send my hard launch. Wait, you need to tell me how to do that. We never did that. We went to the beach so much. Went to the springs. It was the most gorgeous day ever. Came face to face with my death, but it's fine. April, I had so many hugs with April. It was so beautiful. And Egg Boy. And Mom got us our 161st birthday cake, which was so much fun. I think that's honestly one of my favorite birthday cakes I've ever had, or we've ever had, but I love it so much. And it was sunflowers, and I matched because I just happened to put on the sunflower jeans. And so, yeah. And then I started my first legal internship, and I've been working there for almost 3 weeks now. This is the 3rd week. And yeah. So that is a speed run of my 24! Yay! It was so awesome. I really liked being 24. It was a really good year. I had so much fun, and I just had so much fun in all the seasons, and it was so beautiful and green and snowy and just everything. It was really, 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 really beautiful, and I really like 24. And yeah, that's a wrap. I'm trying to think of quick things. I've had a Nutella phase. I really like taking care of my plants. Jordan and I became obsessed with getting different kinds of cheeses. I'm obsessed with going on trail walks. What else is from 24? Filming these videos. I've only done them on 24. Taking pictures with my Digicam, 24. logging law books on Goodreads, major highlight of my 24. Okay, bye, see you when I'm 25!